you could.
Good evening. This is James Dixon. Welcome to Empower Talk Live. I greet you in the name of our God, peace, power, love, and of course, we got a future that's filled with purpose. Will you just celebrate your own presence here today? And oh, that was absolutely too average for you. Let me start by saying we welcome you to Power Talk Live, and very seriously, I think that the one thing we've got to learn to do is celebrate ourselves. Right. And the clap you just gave yourself is a clap that says you're average, mundane, nothing special, nothing significant, just run of the mill, but you're one of a kind, you're a treasure in a rare class because there was only one you made. God broke them over. Will you celebrate your own presence? Come on. And while you're celebrating your presence, don't be selfish. Celebrate somebody else's presence close to you. Come on, give. Oh, she deserves more than that. He deserves more than that. We're so glad that you're here. Welcome to the Empower Talk Live internet broadcast, and we are always delighted to share with our friends, those in the social media world. We greet you in the spirit of peace. And this is Empower Talk Live, your host, James Dixon, coming from Houston, Texas, H-Town. And there's no city like Houston. We got a mayor that's second to none, and leadership across this city, Mayor Sylvester Turner. We always send out a shout to him. He's having his birthday bash as we speak, and so many notable Houstonians are there, but we're glad to be here tonight. As always, we believe on Empower Talk that the informed mind is the empowered mind. And so we come to you straight with truth. And tonight it's all about truth because we have our very special guest himself. He's an activist, a humanitarian, an artist, a singer, a mover, a shaker, a builder, a change agent. He's right here, Houston, Texas, on internationally renowned recording artist Trey the Truth. Come on, give it up for Trey. Man, welcome to the show. I'm always blessed to be in your presence, and good to have you always here at the church. We're glad to always greet you because you move all the time, man. I've been trying to keep up with you. You're in this city, that city, on this plane, driving from this place, South Carolina to Beaumont to this. So we're glad that you came down a minute and to stop by to talk. But seriously, congratulations on all the good work that you're doing and been doing. And I know that you have drive. I don't know if you have park in your transmission or not. It's always going forward, but we appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, to the highest. We're just gonna have a conversation tonight. I appreciate you being willing to do that. And you know, as we've been flowing for the last several years, learning more about you and your story, we thought it'd be good for the people in Houston and people around the nation just to hear you talk about you and some things that you don't catch on the record, don't catch in a show. The person behind the brand. And it's kind of what I want to deal with. And of course, you know, I appreciate your heart and your mind. I want people to get to know that Trey the Truth. So let me just dive right into it and ask you, Trey, as I congratulate you on your continued work as an artist, talk to us about what makes you want to make the difference you're making in the lives of people across this community. What drives you?
Well, in this day and age, first and foremost, my kids and my family. But honestly, just coming up, man, you know, my mother definitely played her part in our lives. And, you know, we young, she got 3 boys, so we young men, and, you know, we don't tend to want to always lean on her, so we wandered off to kind of do our own thing. So, but that being said, it's just like, I just understood times before I got to the level where I would want to reach out to certain people. And some of these people may be entertainers or just neighborhood superstars, and sometimes they would always turn away rather than embrace. And just the feeling of that, you know, it kind of make you feel like, man, one day I'm gonna be all right, I'm gonna do something, but I'm gonna do it different than what y'all do. So I always said, if I ever got the opportunity to be placed in position, I would be somebody that they could lean on. Instead of turning them away, I at least hear what they got to say, and we'll go back and forth and just figure it out.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what led to me being who I am today.
Cool. You talk about your mother in that statement.
Yeah.
Let's go back. I mean, I don't have hair anymore. There was a time I had it.
I don't either.
Yeah. I imagine there was a time when I want to go back. Yeah, I did have hair. My kids they didn't believe I ever had a fro, and I had to find pictures to show them that Daddy wasn't always bald, and it's a whole nother conversation. But as a kid, let's go back to Trey, the kid.
Mm-hmm.
Talked about where you grew up and how you grew up and what life was like for you as a boy growing up.
You know, I'm one of the people, I don't really, how would I describe it? I'm from the southwest side of Houston. My mother was from 4th Ward. We lived southwest way, South Park. I actually, I lived on the north side too. I lived on Antoine and DeSoto. I just kind of always wandered around doing my own thing. And she, and matter of fact, shout out to my mama. She's sitting in the chair right here. So.
Stand up, Mom. Stand up. Stand up. We want to celebrate you. Absolutely. I didn't even know she was here tonight. Wonderful.
But yeah. we kept more of an open type relationship with me and my brother's peers. Like she was more of the, shall I say, the neighborhood mom, the mom that everybody would come kick it at our house.
I know
that was a cool
mom.
Place to be.
Yeah.
But really, man, she let me really do my thing, which formed my own identity. Mm-hmm. Instead of her pressuring us and molding me a certain type way, she kind of just trusted on us to make our own decisions, which I made some wrong decisions at times, but at the end of the day, she stuck in there with us, and it led to where I am now, something for her to be proud of on a daily.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
You know, growing up in Houston, you mentioned the southwest side and South Park, and then Antoine DeSoto,
yeah.
Different sides of town. You know, I grew up in the Heights in the Acres Homes area, Northeast, and I look back at some of my friends that I ran with when I was coming up, and I think, you know, some of them did well, and then some of them didn't do well. Some of them are not with us anymore. And never forget, I went back to the park where I used to hang out. And I used to do that even as a pastor, young. I go back, play ball, and I walked in the park one day, and a brother, man, we were like this thick. And I walked up to him and said, "What's up, Lightning?" And he looked at me and said, "Who are you?" And I mean, his brain was fried, drugs, and he died a few years after that. Do you have experiences like that in your childhood? You look back on some of the people that you knew, and they didn't make it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I lived life at an early age. I believe I was, how old was I? Maybe 12 when my brother got incarcerated for life. My brother got incarcerated life, I was 12. The mother of his child and his actual girlfriend, which they both consider my sisters, both of them were actually murdered. I mean, it's not nothing that I sit and want to brag about, but it's life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why even to this day, a lot of people, those who get to know me, they don't really, after they talk to me, they don't judge me as much. That's why I keep so many street people around, because at the end of the day, I just know what it is to kind of show them the same route that I'm going, so it kind of give them a second chance, because at the end of the day, we older now, so it's about the